You scraped by that. Like you said, without the skill points allocated, it can be tough.
Yeah, let's maybe put some skills.
Yeah, exactly. Let's show the character screen after you get the swag from the guards. Of course, most important currency of the game.
Your mic is. I'm gonna help you out.
Let me
Here.
fix it.
Yeah, there you go. We want to hear that. We want to hear that beautiful voice.
Exactly.
Woogish, we want to hear you.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll give you an opportunity.
Yeah, let's go
to
through the
talk.
skill because I think the skill system in this game is way better than it's been in Witcher 1 and 2. It's a huge improvement, one of the biggest mechanical improvements in the game. So yeah, definitely walk us through it.
So which tree did you use while doing a review?
I was very sign focused because I'm a
Sign?
big fan of magic in games, and magic signs have always been kind of like, to me, one of the weaker parts of The Witcher. It's always been like I wanted to use them a lot, but it didn't seem like a huge payoff. But I felt the totally opposite way in Witcher 3.
Was
I
it
felt
more
like
defensive or more aggressive? Because
more defensive. Like Quen, to me, Quen is like huge. It's just such, especially when you get it upgraded all the way.
Well upgraded, it's really useful.
well, let's go that way. Or
So,
let's talk it through.
Yeah,
maybe first,
let's talk about the system. What I really dig about it, sorry to
go.
steal a word from you, is that after you've spent some skill points in your skills, it's not over, so you can still re-customize what you can do in the game. So, of course, with every level up you get, or every place of power you visit, you get a skill point that you can invest in various skills or abilities, like combat moves, signs, alchemy, and general skills. And the things you end up with, you can sort out on the middle of the screen. You can see some empty slots, and you can have, based on your level, several of them active. And this will give you an opportunity to customize your character for the upcoming challenge, because again, preparation is still an essential part of the game.
Right.
And the most important thing is that you will get a lot of skill points throughout the game, but you cannot achieve a state where you're good in everything. You will get to a point where you're pretty good at something you wanted to focus your character on. So it's like a really important choice and consequence system to pay attention to what you invest your points into.
Yeah, the slot system I feel like is really what handles that the most, right? Because it doesn't matter how many skills, it doesn't matter how many points you put into each of these skills and how powerful each of those skills become. You're only ever going to have 12 total slots,
At
skills
most,
you can
exactly.
slot. So you can't, even if you max out, I mean, I don't think you couldn't do it mathematically, but even if you maxed out like 15 skills, which you can't, like even if you did, you can't even slot them all. So you have
Exactly.
to pick and choose.
That's part of the game, and being prepared. For example, you're building a melee build, and then you need to think how to compensate the lack of stamina regeneration, which you get from a science tree.
Yeah.
So there are synergies, for example, gear, runes that you have to take into consideration. Plus, you have to find those items, you have to craft them. So it's besides that being complex, you have to think about other things as well, like
There's-
armors.
And then there's the mutagens, right?
Yeah.
Exactly,
And that
give
to me is
extra
the
effects
really
to
huge
the-
thing.
Exactly.
Because now, each mutagen has its own little bonus, like 5% attack power, 50 extra vitality. It's sign intensity for the blue ones. But the idea is that once those go in the triangle, in the diamond shaped slots, and then for every matching colored skill you have slotted in that quadrant, it multiplies, it amplifies that bonus. So if you, I like it because it's really a reward for specialization. Like you really, in a lot of games, it's all about flexibility, but the person who decides to focus on one thing kind of gets shafted. But what I like in this system is that if you have, say, like I was really heavy into signs, so I would have a 10% sign intensity mutagen, and then I'd have that in 3 different slots, each of them fully slotted with 3 blue skills each, and my signs were just bonkers. Like they just became so overwhelmingly powerful, but that was at the expense of having literally no other skills in any other
And
school.
spending a lot of time searching for places of power that
Yep.
gives you additional points. As you can see, I got around 101 points, but we just farmed them before, so it's not that easy to collect them.
Yeah, it's a really cool system. It rewards specialization and making kind of permanent decisions, but it's also flexible. You can build Geralt out a lot of different ways.
Exactly. Because I've heard some comments that some people were worried, like new to the Witcher lore and everything, that Geralt seems like a very pre-made character with a lot of characteristics. So they were worried, like, how much freedom are they actually going to get
Sure.
when customizing skills? But as you can see, there is plenty of opportunity to create a character focusing on combat, science, which is basically our kind of magic, or alchemy and crafting. So there is a lot of opportunities to try out your individual notions to apply on Geralt.
I've got another cool question also from Arkham Inmate 25. Thanks for the good questions, man. Wants to know, can you kill or fight anyone you want at any time? And I know the answer to this question, but I'd love to hear you guys answer because I think it's very important.
There is a certain limit to it. Of course, you cannot kill everyone because we wanted to maintain an atmosphere to certain locations. But whenever you see a worthy enemy, you will be able to fight them.
Yeah, I think it's and just like to kind of piggyback on that, I like how the ways in which you guys limit that because I get it. People think it's fun, they think it's cool, it's an expression of freedom, I guess. But at the end of the day, killing every person in a village, there's no meaningful way to advance forward from that story-wise or gameplay-wise to me. Like that's just not interesting. You know, the
Exactly.
state of that it puts the world in is not interesting. So I'm glad you guys. There's so much freedom in this game. There's so much you can go out and explore and do and find. But it's not the Wild West. Like you can't just destroy whatever you
Exactly.
want.
And there's going to be plenty of other opportunities to see the consequences of your choices. So
Right.
you will not feel cheated because of this.